Hello, awakened soul. If you've arrived at this video, it wasn't by chance. There's an invisible force that guides those who are ready to receive deep truths about their spiritual journey. And today, we're going to unveil one of the most intriguing mysteries you might be experiencing. Why do you have the same dream repeatedly? Why, night after night, do you find yourself immersed in the same images, the same sensations, the same oniric experiences that seem to carry an inexplicable emotional weight? The answer can completely transform your understanding of who you really are and what your true purpose is in this existence. These recurring dreams are not sleep disorders, they're not cosmic coincidences, and they're definitely not signs that something is wrong with you. Actually, they're the opposite of that. They're irrefutable evidence that you are a chosen soul, destined for a unique and extraordinary spiritual mission. These repetitive dreams are not disturbances of your sleep, not cosmic coincidences, and definitely not signs that something is wrong with you. In fact, they are the opposite. They are irrefutable evidence that you are a chosen soul, destined for a unique and extraordinary spiritual mission. I know exactly how you feel when you wake up from these dreams. There's a mixture of fascination and frustration, isn't there? A sensation that something deeply important is trying to communicate with you, but the message remains shrouded in mystery. You may have questioned your mental sanity. You may have felt isolated because people around you don't experience this oniric intensity. But let me tell you something that will ease your heart. You are not alone, and you are not imagining things. What you're experiencing is a spiritual privilege reserved only for special souls who were selected to carry the light in a world that desperately needs guidance. These repetitive dreams are actually a divine communication system, a spiritual GPS that's trying to awaken you to your true identity and mission. Today, we're going to decipher these coded messages together and reveal why the universe chose you to receive these sacred communications. If you're ready to discover the truth about your recurring dreams and embrace your role as a chosen one, leave a comment saying I am ready and share this video with someone who might also be experiencing these mystical signs. Let's begin by diving deeply into what these recurring dreams that have been visiting you with such persistence really are. Imagine for a moment that you are like a spiritual radio, tuned to a very specific frequency that most people cannot capture. Your repetitive dreams are direct transmissions from higher dimensions, coded messages sent specifically to your soul, because you possess the unique ability to decipher and act upon them. Not everyone receives these divine communications, only those who were pre-selected even before incarnating in this physical reality. Think about this. In a world with billions of people, how many do you know who have dreams as vivid and recurring as yours? The rarity of this experience should already be an indication that you are not an ordinary person. You are part of a special spiritual lineage, a member of a cosmic family that was sent to Earth with very specific purposes. These dreams are like phone calls from the universe, and the fact that you are answering these calls through your oniric sensitivity proves that your soul is awake and receptive to divine guidance. Now, let me take you on a journey through time to understand how you arrived at this moment. Since childhood, you probably already showed signs of being different, didn't you? Maybe you were that child who had vivid nightmares or dreams so real that you woke up confused about what was reality and what was a dream. Maybe you were sensitive to energies, could feel things that others didn't perceive, or had such a rich imagination that the adults around you didn't know how to deal with it. These weren't random childhood characteristics. They were the first signs that your chosen soul was beginning to awaken to its special capabilities. During adolescence, you may have felt like a stranger in the nest, as if you didn't completely belong to the world around you. Your interests were different, your questions were deeper, and you felt a constant restlessness, as if you were waiting for something you couldn't name. This feeling of not belonging wasn't a defect. It was your soul remembering that you came from a different place, with a different mission, and that your true family is cosmic, not just earthly. As you entered adult life, this feeling of difference may have intensified. You may have noticed that your emotional experiences are more intense than others, that you feel things more deeply, that you are naturally drawn to the mystical, the spiritual, the inexplicable. And then came the recurring dreams, as if the universe had decided you were finally ready to receive more direct guidance. These dreams didn't start by chance. They were activated at a specific moment in your spiritual journey, when your soul reached a level of maturity necessary to process and integrate these divine messages. It's as if you had passed a cosmic preparation test, and now you're qualified to receive communications from higher levels of consciousness. Each recurring dream is a lesson. Each repetition is an opportunity to deepen your understanding, and each awakening is an invitation to integrate this wisdom into your waking life. You're not being haunted by these dreams. You're being honored with them. Let's now explore the different types of recurring dreams and what each reveals about your unique spiritual mission. If you have dreams where you're flying, this isn't just a nighttime fantasy. It's your soul remembering its natural ability to transcend the limitations of the physical world. Flying in dreams represents your innate ability to rise above mundane concerns and see life from a higher perspective. You are someone destined to help others expand their visions, to show them that there are possibilities beyond what seems obvious. Your flying dreams are reminders that you shouldn't settle for a limited existence. You came here to demonstrate that human beings can transcend their circumstances and reach elevated states of consciousness. Every time you fly in your dreams, you're being trained for your mission to inspire others to fly too, metaphorically speaking. You are a consciousness elevator, a possibility shower, a living example that limits are just illusions that can be overcome. If your recurring dreams involve chases, where you're being hunted or running from something, this reveals a deep spiritual dynamic that's happening in your life. What's chasing you in your dreams isn't something to fear. It's actually a symbolic representation of your own resistance to the spiritual calling. Part of you is still trying to hide from your true identity as a chosen one, because accepting this reality means accepting a cosmic responsibility that can seem overwhelming. The pursuer in your dreams is your own higher soul, trying to reach your earthly personality, trying to make you stop running from who you really are. These dreams are an invitation for you to stop running and turn to face your spiritual destiny. When you finally stop running in your dreams and face what's chasing you, you'll discover it wasn't something to fear, but something to embrace. You're being called to stop hiding from your light and start shining fully, even if it means standing out and assuming a position of spiritual leadership that might seem intimidating at first. Recurring dreams with water carry a powerful message about purification and emotional renewal. If you repeatedly dream of oceans, rivers, rain, or any form of water, your soul is being prepared for a deep cleansing that's necessary before you can fully assume your spiritual mission. Water in dreams represents the emotional and intuitive element, and recurring dreams with water indicate that you're going through a process of emotional purification that will prepare you to channel higher energies without interference from past traumas or emotional blocks. You may be being called to be a healer, a spiritual counselor, or someone who works directly with the emotions and well-being of other people. But before you can help others navigate their emotional waters, you first need to clean and purify your own. These water dreams are like cosmic therapy sessions where your soul is being washed and renewed so you can serve as a clean channel for divine energy. Each water dream is an opportunity to release old hurts, fears, and emotional patterns that no longer serve your higher purpose. When your recurring dreams happen in unknown places, cities you've never visited, landscapes that seem from another world, or environments that are simultaneously familiar and strange, you're being shown different dimensions of your spiritual existence. These places aren't random creations of your mind. They're memories from past lives, glimpses of parallel realities where your soul has already acted, or visions of possible futures where you'll fulfill aspects of your mission. Your soul is much older and more experienced than your current personality imagines, and these dreams are windows into the vastness of your cosmic experience. You may be seeing places where you were already a spiritual leader, a healer, a teacher, or a guide in other incarnations. Or you may be being shown locations where you'll still act, whether in this life or in future existences. These dreams of unknown places are like a spiritual portfolio, showing you the breadth of your experience and capability. They serve to expand your understanding of who you are beyond this current identity, helping you access wisdom and abilities you already possess at deeper levels of your soul. Now let's talk about how to decipher the personal symbols that appear in your recurring dreams. Each chosen soul has a unique set of symbols that the universe uses to communicate specifically with them. These symbols are like a private language between you and the higher dimensions, developed over multiple existences and refined to resonate perfectly with your specific spiritual frequency. It could be an animal that appears repeatedly, a color that dominates your dreams, an object that's always present, or a person you don't recognize but who seems deeply familiar. These symbols aren't universal, they're unique to you and carry meanings that are specific to your journey and mission. To decipher them, you need to pay attention not just to the symbol itself, but to the emotions it evokes, the actions happening around it, and the general sensation it brings to the dream. Your heart and intuition are the best decoders of these personal symbols. When you see a recurring symbol, ask yourself, how does this symbol make me feel? What quality or energy does it represent? How does this energy relate to my current life and spiritual mission? The temporal patterns of your recurring dreams also carry important messages about the timing of your spiritual awakening. You may have noticed that certain dreams happen during specific moon phases, during seasonal changes, or at moments of transition in your life. This isn't coincidence. It's evidence that your dreams are synchronized with larger cosmic cycles and with the divine timeline of your spiritual development. Dreams that happen during the new moon may be related to new beginnings and planting seeds for your mission. Dreams during the full moon may be bringing illumination and revelations about aspects of your purpose that were hidden. Dreams that intensify during seasonal changes may be preparing you for important transitions in your spiritual journey. Also pay attention to dreams that happen on significant dates, anniversaries, spiritual holidays, or dates that have personal meaning for you. The universe is using these energy-charged moments to amplify its messages and ensure you receive important guidance during the most receptive moments of your consciousness. The emotions that accompany your recurring dreams are perhaps the most important aspects for understanding the message being transmitted. You may wake up with sensations of urgency, as if something important is about to happen. You may feel a deep nostalgia, as if you were remembering home, not your physical home, but your true spiritual home. You may experience a mixture of excitement and fear, indicating you're being prepared to take a big leap in your spiritual evolution. Or you may wake up with a sensation of heavy responsibility, as if you had just been reminded of an important promise you made before incarnating. These emotions aren't random side effects of dreams. They're an integral part of the message. They're calibrating your emotional system, preparing you for the feelings you'll experience when you begin to fully live your spiritual mission. Each emotion is like a fine adjustment in your vibrational frequency, aligning you with the emotional state necessary to fulfill your divine purpose. The connection between your recurring dreams and the events of your waking life is where the magic really happens. You may have noticed that certain dreams intensify before important changes in your life, or that elements from your dreams begin to appear in your physical reality. This is evidence that your dreams aren't just isolated nighttime experiences. They're part of an integrated guidance system that's coordinating your spiritual journey at all levels of your existence. When you begin to pay attention to these synchronicities, you realize you're living in a deeply intelligent and responsive universe where every experience, both waking and dreaming, is perfectly orchestrated for your growth and awakening. Your dreams may be anticipating important encounters with people who will support your mission, preparing you for opportunities that align with your purpose, or alerting you to challenges that require specific spiritual preparation. Beginning to see these connections is like discovering you're participating in a complex and beautifully choreographed cosmic dance. To better remember the details of your recurring dreams, you need to understand that oniric memory works differently from common memory. Your dreams are being stored in deeper layers of your consciousness, and accessing them requires specific techniques that honor the sacred nature of these experiences. First, cultivate intention before sleeping. Before closing your eyes, silently declare your willingness to receive and remember the messages that will be transmitted through your dreams. Keep a notebook and pen beside your bed, and the moment you wake up, even if it's in the middle of the night, immediately write down any fragment you can remember, no matter how confused or incomplete it may seem. Don't try to analyze or interpret while you're writing. Simply capture the raw experience. Over time, you'll develop a greater capacity to retain details, and patterns will begin to emerge from your notes that will reveal the broader structure of the messages you're receiving. Consciously dialoguing with your dreams is an advanced skill that can completely transform your relationship with these sacred experiences. During the day, when you're in a relaxed and meditative state, mentally return to your most recent recurring dream. Visualize yourself back in that oniric environment, but this time as a conscious and active participant. Ask direct questions to the characters or symbols that appear in your dreams. Ask, what message do you have for me? How can I best serve my purpose? What do I need to understand or do differently? Then, allow the answers to come through your intuition without forcing or trying to control the process. You may receive answers in the form of images, sensations, words that appear in your mind, or simply direct knowledge that arises in your consciousness. This practice of conscious dialogue with your dreams establishes bidirectional communication with higher dimensions, transforming you from a passive receiver into an active participant in the divine guidance process. Finally, there are clear signs that you're beginning to correctly receive the message from your recurring dreams. The first sign is that the dreams begin to evolve or transform. Elements that were previously confusing become clearer. Situations that caused anxiety begin to generate curiosity or excitement, and you may notice you're taking different actions within the dreams themselves. Another important sign is that you begin to experience increased synchronicities in your waking life. Events, people, and opportunities that align perfectly with the themes of your dreams begin to appear with notable frequency. You may also notice that your general intuition is sharper, that you're making decisions with more confidence, and that there's a growing sensation of being on the right path, even when external circumstances may seem challenging. The deepest sign that you're correctly receiving the message is a fundamental change in how you see yourself and understand your place in the world. You begin to identify not just as a person living an individual life, but as a chosen soul fulfilling an important cosmic mission. Now that you understand the sacred nature of your recurring dreams and recognize that they are direct communications from higher dimensions, it's time to learn how to consciously work with these experiences to accelerate your spiritual awakening and fully embrace your mission as a chosen one. The first fundamental step is to create a sacred protocol for documenting and interpreting your dreams in a way that honors their divine nature. Establish a dream journal that is dedicated exclusively to your repetitive patterns, not a common notebook, but something you consecrate specifically for this sacred communication. Before each entry, do a brief meditation to connect with the energy of the dream, and then record not just the events and symbols, but also the physical sensations, predominant emotions, and any insights that arise while you're writing. Develop a personal system of codes or symbols to mark recurring elements, allowing deeper patterns to emerge over time. Also implement specific pre-sleep meditation techniques. Before sleeping, consciously program your mind to receive clear messages. Declare your willingness to understand and act on the guidance received, and visualize yourself as an open and receptive channel for divine wisdom. This conscious preparation transforms your sleep state from a passive period into an active session of spiritual communication. Personalized symbolic interpretation is an art you must develop, as each chosen soul has a unique language established with higher dimensions over multiple existences. Begin by creating a personal symbol dictionary where you record each recurring element and explore its possible connections to your life, emotions, and spiritual mission. Don't rely only on universal dream interpretations. While they may offer initial insights, your soul has a symbolic language that is unique to you. Practice the technique of emotional amplification. When a symbol appears in your dreams, sit in meditation and allow the energy of that symbol to completely fill your consciousness. Observe what physical sensations it evokes, what memories it awakens, what aspirations it activates. Often the true meaning of a symbol isn't in its form, but in the energetic quality it carries. Also develop the practice of symbolic dialogue. During meditative states, mentally summon the symbols from your dreams and ask direct questions to them. Ask what aspect of your mission they represent, what action they're suggesting, or what quality they want you to develop. The answers will come through your intuition, and with practice, this symbolic communication will become a powerful tool for decoding the divine messages you're receiving. Integrating oniric revelations into your waking life is where true transformation happens, because there's no point in receiving divine guidance if you don't implement it in your physical reality. Develop the habit of starting each day by mentally reviewing your recent dreams and asking yourself, how can I honor this message today? What practical action can I take that aligns with the guidance I received? Create daily rituals that connect your waking life with your oniric experiences. It could be a morning meditation where you connect with the energy of your dreams, a contemplative walk where you reflect on the messages received, or an artistic practice where you visually express or through words the revelations you're receiving. Also establish regular checkpoints throughout the day, moments where you consciously pause to evaluate whether your actions and decisions are aligned with the guidance you've received through your dreams. This practice of constant verification keeps you tuned to your spiritual mission and ensures you're living coherently with your identity as a chosen one. Remember that each small action taken in alignment with your oniric revelations strengthens your connection with higher dimensions and accelerates your spiritual awakening process. Transforming frustration into sacred curiosity is essential for maintaining a healthy and productive relationship with your recurring dreams, especially when messages seem complex or when repetition becomes intense. Recognize that frustration arises when your rational mind tries to force immediate understanding of something that is, by nature, a gradual process of revelation. Instead of getting irritated with repetition, reframe it as evidence of the universe's patience and persistence in ensuring you completely receive the necessary guidance. Each repetition isn't your failure to understand quickly. It's an additional opportunity to deepen your understanding and capture nuances that may have gone unnoticed previously. Cultivate an attitude of reverence and gratitude for your recurring dreams, remembering that you're being honored with a form of divine communication that few receive. When you feel frustration arising, pause and consciously transform that energy into curiosity. What more can I discover about this message? What deeper layer is waiting to be revealed? How can I open myself even more to receive this guidance? This shift in perspective transforms each oniric experience into an exciting spiritual adventure, instead of a frustrating puzzle that needs to be solved quickly. Recognizing when a dream has evolved or transformed is crucial for understanding that you're progressing in your awakening journey and that you're ready for the next phase of your spiritual mission. The signs of oniric evolution are subtle but significant. You may notice that elements that previously caused fear or anxiety now generate curiosity or even excitement. Situations where you previously felt powerless now present you taking confident actions. Environments that were confusing or threatening become familiar and welcoming. Or characters that were previously mysterious begin to communicate clearly with you. Another important sign is when new elements begin to appear in dreams that were previously rigidly repetitive, indicating that you've sufficiently integrated the original message and are ready to receive more advanced guidance. You may also notice that the frequency of dreams changes. They may become less frequent as you demonstrate that you've understood and are implementing the guidance, or they may temporarily intensify when you're about to take a big leap in your spiritual evolution. When you recognize these signs of evolution, celebrate them as important milestones in your journey and consciously prepare to receive the next level of divine guidance that's coming. We've reached the end of this revealing journey, and I hope you now completely understand that your recurring dreams are not anomalies or disturbances. They are sacred communications that confirm your identity as a chosen soul with a unique and important spiritual mission. You are not alone in this extraordinary experience, and the fact that you were guided to this video is yet another confirmation that the universe is actively orchestrating your spiritual awakening. Your repetitive dreams are irrefutable evidence that you possess a direct connection with higher dimensions, and that you were selected to receive divine guidance that will guide you toward fulfilling your cosmic purpose. Each night you experience these dreams, you're participating in a sacred form of spiritual education, being prepared and trained to assume your role as a light bearer in this world. The repetition isn't a problem to be solved, but rather the loving persistence of the universe in ensuring you completely receive the tools and wisdom necessary for your mission. Now you have the keys to decode these messages. Work consciously with them, and integrate your divine guidance into every aspect of your waking life. Always remember that you are special, you are chosen, and you carry within yourself extraordinary potential to positively impact this world. Your recurring dreams are constant reminders of your divine nature and your unbreakable connection with the higher forces that are guiding your journey. You no longer need to question your sanity or feel isolated because of these intense experiences. Now you know they are signs of your advanced spiritual sensitivity and your preparation for an important mission. Each dream is a gift, each repetition is a blessing, and each awakening is an opportunity to align more deeply with your divine purpose. You have the power to transform not only your own life through understanding and applying these oniric messages, but also to positively influence the lives of all those who cross your path. Your light is needed in this world, your mission is important, and your recurring dreams are the spiritual GPS that will guide you toward fulfilling your extraordinary destiny. Trust the process, honor your experiences, and fully embrace your identity as a chosen one who is awakening to their true greatness. Now I need your active participation to expand this transformative message to other souls who may also be experiencing these mystical signs. If this video deeply resonated with your experience and brought clarity about your recurring dreams, leave a detailed comment telling what type of recurring dream you have and how you feel now knowing its divine communication. Your experience might be exactly what another person needs to read to feel validated and understood. Share this video with anyone you know who also has vivid and repetitive dreams, because you might be the universe's instrument to bring this transformative revelation to them. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, do it now and activate the bell to receive notifications, because we'll continue exploring the mysteries of spiritual awakening and revealing more secrets about your identity as a chosen one. For those who feel the call to connect more deeply with this community of awakened souls, consider becoming a channel member, where we share exclusive content and create a sacred space for mutual support in our spiritual journeys. Remember, you were guided here for a reason, and now it's your responsibility to honor this divine guidance and share this light with the world. Until our next meeting, continue dreaming consciously, continue awakening.